All right, welcome to the Sneaker Show. I'm your host, Jaron Mon, the Don of the Jaron Mob. That's right. If you want to join the Jaron Mob, we have the link to the Discord in the description box below. But today, we got a pretty good show. I'm sorry if you guys hear the AC in the background, the little hiss, but it is hot as balls out here, guys. Oh my gosh. I don't know where you guys are at, but where I'm at, it is extremely hot. I'm talking triple digits, guys. Triple digits. I had to open like a Dr. Pepper just to cool me off today. Usually I don't really drink a ton of soda, but today I just had to, guys. I mean, it is hot as hell where I'm at. So I apologize for the hiss, but that shouldn't take away from any of the kicks. Because if you have ever changed your socks, like let's say you're wearing Adidas socks and then you're about to go outside, but you wanted to wear your Nike, so you change your socks from Adidas to Nike or an unbranded pair of socks, congratulations, you come to the right place. This is the show for you. I know I do that. Sometimes I try to sneak it, though. Sometimes I'll sneak in like Adidas socks when I'm wearing Nikes if I'm wearing pants, like jeans or khakis or something like that, where people can't see the socks. But it is a fashion police violation if you wear like Nike socks with Yeezys. It's not that big of a deal, but to some people it is, and to me it kind of is. It's not more of what other people think. It's like I know I'm not doing the right thing here. That's on me. I could care less what people think. If someone came up to me and said, "Yo, why you wearing Nike socks with Yeezys?" Yo, I want to care, but I care too much myself. I'd be like, it doesn't match. It's off brand. It's mixed match. I just don't do that. So if you've ever done that, you come to the right place. Now, let's get started with today's show. The first sneaker is the Nike Zoom Freak 2. Now, I know we've talked about this shoe before a couple times actually on the Sneaker Show, but I wanted to talk about it today again because we have finally gotten official images of the Freak 2. And, you know, over time, sometimes you're more into a shoe more than you were when you first saw them. So I would like to get an update from you guys in the chat, whether this is a cop or drop for you still. Have you changed your mind? If you have changed your mind, let us know in the chat. It's really interesting how your feelings of a shoe kind of evolve over time. But here they are. This is a Nigeria-inspired colorway. Someone in the chat mentioned that in a few episodes ago, so shout out to him. But this is the Zoom Freak 2. Now, this sneaker's been pretty much hated on. Like, a lot of people really don't like this sneaker. I saw some people on Nike Talk talking about how Klay Thompson has a better shoe deal in terms of quality and money. Klay's getting paid more than Giannis. I don't think Giannis's contract has been, the details have been, you know, published or leaked or whatever, but I know Klay's getting that money. I know that for sure. And I'm familiar with Klay's signature line clearly, and I like it, but I really think the bones of the Freak 2 is a good looking shoe. I think the colorway makes it look worse than it is. This is not my favorite colorway. It's just not. The different shades of green, the different patterns, it really isn't working for me, guys. And there are a couple things on the shoe that I don't like, but I think the overall aesthetics of the shoe are pretty nice. It kind of looks like a Kobe from this side angle, right, guys? It's got, you know, sharp lines, you know, sharp angles. I like it. It seems like a tight-knit package, but this material over here, this white synthetic, I really don't like. I just don't like it. They should have took that off, added an internal heel cup. They might be adding this for extra support, right, guys? But just do that internally because I don't like how it looks externally. This pattern or this material should have been shown in this area. And then this little neoprene heel pull tab, I really don't like as well. But other than that, I think everything else is great. I like these things right here on the midsole that kind of leak up onto the upper. I like, again, the midsole, the sculpted midsole. I like kind of the, you know, the modular design where the forefoot looks a little bit separated from the heel, kind of like the Westbrook line. I like these things, but this colorway is not very good. And then look at the medial side, guys. You have the 34 in that bright green, which I don't know. It just seems like something you would see on Nike by You or Nike ID, right? It seems like an option that you should be able to say you want it or not, right? And you want it if you're, you know, playing in high school and all your teammates have the same shoe. You want to have your shoes so that you know which one it is, or you just want to display your number since you play on a team. But for everyone else, it's like number 34. I mean, we know Giannis is number 34, but it just seems aggressive. You could do this in a more subtle way than what we're seeing here. It's a really weird design. I don't like that. And here again, you have that white synthetic material, which again, I'm really not a huge fan of. Now, here's the top-down view. The tongue pattern is different from the upper, which to me is not a good look. And the upper pattern just doesn't look good anyways. I remember when we first talked about these on the sneaker show, I had said that I don't think this is going to be the finished product because it looks like they're sampling different materials and different patterns, and they're just, trying to see how it would look on the silhouette. I was obviously wrong on that. This is the finished product, and I think it's a misstep because this pattern just doesn't match the pattern on the side. Now, is this upper pattern a Nigerian pattern or a Greek pattern? It kind of looks Greek to me, and then the pattern on the tongue looks Nigerian to me. I could be completely wrong. I'm neither Greek or Nigerian, but that's just someone who doesn't know much about those two cultures. That's my perspective on it. So if anyone knows about these, let me know in the chat. But here you got the freak on the back, which I do think it's a little weird too. This font, I think the font's great, but it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the shoe. This colorway, at least, this just kind of reminds me of something you would see on a kid's shoe or like a Skechers. That kind of font. It can be done on special colorways, but I don't know, as a permanent feature, I'm not really too sure about that. Here's the traction, guys. You have kind of like a fingerprint, ripple pattern on the forefoot, and then you have a really weird pattern on the heel. The heel is a little concerning because the traction pattern looks flat. It doesn't look like it peaks. I think the forefoot's going to be pretty good, though. Dust can get caught in between those grooves. It's really going to come down to how malleable that rubber compound is, right, guys? If it's a really hard rubber compound, great for durability, great for outdoor use, which the Freak line could be a solid option for because we know they retail for a wallet-friendly price, right? So if the rubber compound is hard here with that wallet-friendly price, it's a solid outdoor option because the rubber compound is going to be, it's going to hold up well outdoors, and you didn't pay a bunch of money for a pair of shoes that you're just going to wreck outdoors. However, if it is hard, the rubber compound, that's not going to be good for indoor use. We've seen traction patterns like this. I think it was on a Nike shoe called the Air Precision or something like that. I forget exactly what it was called, but that rubber compound looked very similar to this, and it just didn't perform very well. And if the rubber compound isn't malleable and, the traction pattern can't like grab or bite the floor, that is going to cause some issues. But overall, the Zoom Freak 2, I'm intrigued because it's the sequel to Giannis is one of the best basketball players in the world right now, if not the best. It's the sequel to his first signature sneaker, so I'm excited in that respect. But so this colorway is a drop for me. I'm gonna drop these, but the silhouette as a whole, especially for me, since I review sneakers on the channel, it is a cop. It is. Now, I'm trying to see what you guys are saying in the chat. I see Gene. Shout out to Gene. Thanks for joining the stream, my man. I really appreciate you. He just says no. Nah. He's not digging these at all. And I understand. David says drop. Yeah, it's not looking good. I would say the overall consensus on this sneaker is drop for most of you guys. I see Emily in the chat says cop. Hey, shout out to Clashmaster for joining the sneaker show. I really appreciate you. Yeah, so most of you guys are kind of 50-50 on these. G loves it. G says put the black pair and you got the grail. You got his grail for the year. Yeah, the black pair is much better, and we've talked about that on the sneaker show in previous episodes. I really, really, really like the black pair, right? So it really comes down to how this performs, because if this shoe performs very well, which I have to say is probably not going to blow my mind because it is going to be, again, a wallet-friendly option. I think it's going to be a decent performer. Average, maybe average plus, a slightly above average, like B minus, maybe if we're lucky, but it's not going to be a top-tier performer. It's just, that's not where the signature line is at yet. And it may get there, but right now, as we speak, we just can't assume that it's going to be a must cop based on performance alone. So Again, there's no release date for these yet, but expect it to come pretty soon, especially since the NBA is starting to come back into, their season and the playoffs, right? I would suspect that they're going to want Giannis to be wearing these in Orlando. So they're going to, show these in Orlando, and then they're probably going to do a light strike or a hyper strike on Nike.com, and then we'll get the full release probably sometime during the offseason when everything across the world kind of, normalizes, right? Because I'm sure they had plans for a release party or stuff like that, a big unveil, but especially since Giannis is in MVP conversation. So just keep your eye out for that, guys. The Zoom Freak 2. Let's move on to the next sneaker. Now, why is the music not playing? Okay, let's move on anyways. All right, the next sneaker is the LeBron 17 Graffiti Alternate. Now, we've seen the LeBron 17 in a graffiti colorway, right? It was white, black, and red, which I loved. But this one is inspired by the colorway that LeBron wore during an All-Star game. I forget what year it was. Maybe, let's see, these were the 4s, right? So 03, 04, 05, 06, 07 All-Star game, somewhere around there. LeBron wore this colorway of the LeBron 4s, right? These are clearly the 17s, revamped upper. You have that strap on top. But these are cool, guys. I mean, these are really cool. Do I like them more than the original graffitis? No, but that's because I like red, white, and black better than red, white, and blue with a little bit of gray here. But this is pretty good. Maybe you struck out on the earlier pair. You can get these for yourself. It's awesome. You got to love that graffiti design. The icy blue outsole is extremely clean. Wouldn't be mad if it was a red outsole for a little bit more color, but the icy blue is doing a trick for me. I do like it. You have that nice shade of navy. I mean, it's a clean colorway, guys. I think if you're a LeBron fan, or even if you're a fan, look at the 3M. Right there. That's a cop itself, right? The 3M strap, everything. That looks absolutely incredible. There's the outsole. There's the Battlenet 2.0 upper. I mean, that graffiti detail is so iconic in the LeBron signature line, right? I mean, the original graffitis have a ton of fans, so this is a cop for me. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of cops in the chat too, but Julian, welcome back, Julian. Thanks so much. I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you. Julian says drop. So Julian isn't feeling these, but Emily's copping, Ethan's copping. BG Kid 14 in the chat says 07 All-Star game. Shout out to you, man. Good looks. I thought it was a 07 All-Star game. Stephen Lynn in the chat does not like these. He's calling these garbage. Okay? I don't know if they're garbage. I mean, you don't have to like them, but are they garbage? I don't think so. You're going to see some garbage kicks later in the show. Trust me, guys. Definitely going to see some garbage kicks in a little bit, particularly from Jordan Brand and Yeezy Brand. Okay, so definitely stay tuned for that. But as far as the LeBron 17 graffiti, I think I already gave it a cop. It's a cop. It's a solid looking sneaker. Definitely a good one to add to your collection. I don't believe any release information has been dropped yet, but they will be retailing for $225, which is a lot. So if you're looking to pick these up, you're going to have to like them a lot, because $225 is not a small price. All right, let's move on. We have not an upcoming release, but a sneaker that I thought was very interesting and kind of ties into another upcoming release. This is an unreleased Nike LeBron 8 sample from Jason Petrie, who is a controversial guy, right? Nike basically told him, you're not allowed to tweet anymore. But that's a long story for a different episode. Anyways, he's known as the designer. I think he still is designing LeBron sneakers. I think LeBron likes the shoes that Petrie makes. But these are the LeBron 8. These are called the VacTech sample. Now, VacTech is a molding technique that we've seen on a bunch of other shoes. And the next shoe I'm about to show you also has VacTech technology. Say that 5 times fast. VacTech technology. But I really like these guys. I love the way this looks. It looks like a premium. Like, for me, I love furniture that has that aged brown leather. My wallet has that aged brown leather look, that Vanchetta brown. I love that look. It's one of my favorite looks ever, and that's what these remind me of, right, guys? It gives you that brown, which is already a unique color, and you're rounding it out with black laces, a black midsole. I really like these guys. And the shop vac technology gives it an interesting look, right? You see the swoosh here. It gives it kind of an embossed look or an extruding look, which I really like. And I think the LeBron 8 is one of the better looking LeBrons of all time. We know the quality of the LeBron 8 was one of the best in the entire signature series. So the LeBron 8 is one of the best ever in the line, and this colorway is dope as well. We have some details. Love the L in cursive right there on the front. Maybe the laces aren't black. Is that like a dark chocolate brown? Either way, I really like it. They were supposed to make 250 pairs. I don't think they actually did. Designed and engineered to the exact specifications of Mr. LeBron James. You got to love those details. I really like these. Unfortunately, a lot of you guys aren't liking them in the chat. Most of you guys are dropping them. But for me, these would be a cop. I think these would be a cop. This is a sleeper to me. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I really like these. Rudy in the chat says, yeah, he's digging the wallet look too, for sure. Absolutely. But Emily or Jean in the chat says drop. Aiden says drop. I don't know. But Noah Bennett says biggest cop on earth. Bruh. With a ton of fire emojis. So Noah, you and I, we're on the same page here. The LeBron 8 Vac Tech sample is a cop. It is. Is it an Insta cop? I don't think so. But for Noah, this is for you, Noah. It is an Insta cop. Thank you, Noah. All right, let's move on to the next sneaker, which, like I said, uses the same technology as this LeBron sample, right, guys? Now, it is not this particular silhouette, but the Barclays did use that Vac Tech technology, but this particular colorway does not use it. However, these are called the CB94s or something like that. Let's see, CB94, Nike Air Max CB94s, yes. They're making a comeback. Now, I think 5 years ago, the Charles Barkley line made a little bit of a resurgence, but now they're coming back. Let me know what you guys think. Are you a fan of the Charles Barkley line or are you not? Because for me personally, I'm not. But with that being said, I do appreciate the line because it looks so 90s, right, guys? I mean, if you're looking at iconic sneakers in the 90s, the Chucks might not be in that conversation because you're talking about Jordans, you're talking about pennies, you're talking about, you know, even maybe like the Grandma Ma's, you're talking about the Reebok stuff, the Questions, the Shacknosises, the Shack Attacks. These are iconic sneakers, right? The Air Force Commanders, you know, things like that, right? These might not be in that conversation, but looking back, these were as 90s as it got. Right, guys? I mean, you have the crazy aggressive look. You have the design on the midsole, right? The squiggly design, which was just a staple in the 90s. You're talking about the Kamikazes. You know, you're talking about the Shacknosises, the Airmore Up Tempos. All of those sneakers had midsole designs that leaked onto the upper, and that's exactly what you're seeing here with the CB94s. But what made these special was that splash of color right there since Chuck was playing for the Suns. So, you know, I wasn't always a huge fan of these. So for me, it's a drop, but I appreciate them. And if you like them as well, like Emily likes them in the chat. Emily is just going ham in the chat. She likes it as well. Maybe, or is Emily the guy who is on his mom's account who likes to play basketball? I'm sorry I'm saying she, but it's hard. It says Emily Young. David in the chat says, nah, I'd rather have some Pippins. Drop. I'm with you too, David. These are a drop for me. But you have to understand that some people, these really, really resonate with. Let's take a closer look at these guys, though. I mean, it's a classic sneaker. It's super 90s. I could definitely picture Little Drama on having these way back in the day. I don't think I had these, though, but I had something that looked like these. Just a 90s basketball shoe that really capitalized on everything Nike was doing at that time. Look at that outsole, guys. They don't make outsoles like that anymore. Not enough coverage, but look at how... I mean, that pattern's going to take forever to grind down, right, guys? It's crazy. All right. Anyways, when are these dropping? I don't think there's a release date. There never is. No exact release date yet, but apparently they're reporting that it's going to release later this year. All right, so let's move on. Let's go back to some Let's go back to some LeBrons. Now, these aren't sneakers that are going to release. They're customs, and I have two for you guys, and I want to know which of these two you like more, right? Because these two customs are colorways that have kind of gotten lost in the LeBron line, right? Obviously, these are the South Beach LeBrons, right? The South Beach colorway was so hyped. It was iconic, right, guys? It all started with the... It was the 8s, right? We just talked about the 8s. The LeBron South Beach 8s were crazy. And all the way up until, I want to say, like, the 11s, the South Beach colorway was crazy. I think the 12s is when it started to fall off. Maybe even the 11s, it started to fall off. I'm not really too sure. But the South Beach colorway was crazy. It was extremely hyped. I mean, if we just look at StockX right now and we type in South Beach, I bet you it's at least $800. Oh, $799 for the preheat South Beach LeBron 8s. I was close. Oh, last sale was $1,700. So yeah, definitely. The highest bid is $902. Why does StockX show that $799 price? Oh wow, a size 9 you could get for $799. That's a really good deal. But yeah, these were extremely hyped, right? However, we don't see a lot of South Beach colorways anymore, and you know, I get it. LeBron left South Beach. Maybe he doesn't want to do that, you know, to his fans. I don't know. But I still think the South Beach colorway can live on. And that's one thing about LeBron and his legacy, right, in the sneaker world. You know, Kobe had the Del Sol colorway, right? Everyone looked forward to that, right? That's Kobe's version of the bread colorway for Jordan. And Jordan had bread colorway, right? The black and red. Iconic. It was something that we could always look forward to. And when we see that colorway on any sneaker, we get transported to, you know, if we see a black and red sneaker, we're like, oh, Michael Jordan. We see a black and yellow sneaker. I don't know about you guys, but I think of Kobe Bryant. When you see this type of colorway, you do think about LeBron James. However, we're not getting these colorways anymore. I don't know why Nike's not doing it, but what do you guys think about the LeBron 17 in the South Beach colorway? Because I think it looks fire. I'm seeing a lot of cops in the chat. So let me just drop this in the chat right now. These would probably be an Insta-cop, right, guys? I mean, these are absolutely vicious. I think the two-tone design on the upper goes extremely well with this colorway. You have, you know, that bright blue with the black and the hits of pink. Everything is absolutely incredible on this custom. Jeffrey Frey, JFE Frey on Instagram is responsible for this custom. So do me a favor, guys. Go to his Instagram, like his photo, and say Jaramon sent you here because he was on the sneaker show. This is a beautiful looking sneaker. This guy knocked it right out of the park. However, we have another custom LeBron colorway for you guys, and you got to let me know which of them you like better. So here are the South Beaches, and here are the LeBron Palmers, which again is another iconic LeBron colorway in the signature line, right, guys? If we just look up LeBron Palmer, boom, $5,000 for these. Look at that, guys. $5,000. There's a $10,000 version for these as well. The highest bid is $35. Oh, that's hilarious. But I mean, these are iconic, right? So the LeBron 17, maybe not as dynamic as this, right, guys? Because you have the pattern, but I think it's a decent, you know, custom. I really like what they did with the tongue here. You can see that LeBron Palmer pattern, but the yellow kind of looks off. Maybe it's just these photos. That looks a lot more Volt than this nice shade of, like, you know, school lunch mustard yellow. But here they are. The guy who did this is Showtime0012 on Instagram. Tell him Jaramon sent you. But if I'm choosing between these two, I'm probably gonna go with the South Beaches, right, guys? I mean, those are better. A lot of cops in the chat, and I see Emily saying Palmers. You like the Palmers? Easy says that's an Insta-cop for the Palmers. Oh, Ali says Palmers look way neater. Interesting. It's really 50-50. It's really 50-50. I'm seeing some people South Beaches. Hey, Hussein, thanks so much for subscribing, my man. Welcome to the Sneaker Show.
I appreciate you.
I think the community, the Gerard mob is split on this one. Some people say LeBron Road, some people say the South Beaches. I'm going with the South Beaches. I like these more. If I could pick one, I'm picking the South Beaches. But the LeBron Palmers are pretty dope as well. Let's move on here. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, we have another retro sneaker similar to the Barclays. These are the Nike Air Barrage Low in white neon yellow. What do you guys think about these? Now, here we're seeing that midsole design, which, like I said, hey, so much Hiragana Man. Hiragana Man, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, dog. I remember you from the last stream. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the Sneaker Show. I appreciate you. Yeah! Yeah. Hey, The Real Ride, thanks so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Sneaker Show. I appreciate you. Hey, what up, man? Hiragana Man. It's good to see you. But here are the Nike Air Barrages. Now, as you see, you have that midsole design with the air, with the aggressive branding. RH Livestream, thanks so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Sneaker Show. I appreciate you. I really like these guys. I can see a lot of people rocking these during the summer. I can see a lot of, you know, hot summer girls wearing these as well, right? You know, the 90s are kind of coming back in full effect. I could see people wearing these. Jizzo, thanks so much for subscribing, my man. Welcome to the Sneaker Show. I appreciate you. Man, the subscriptions, just once they come, once one person subscribes, it's like a dance floor. Everyone gets on the dance floor. Look, right there. Mitch, thanks so much for subscribing, bro. You already know. I appreciate you. There we go. Back to what I was saying. I could see a lot of chicks wearing these during the summer. I would rock these during the summer. Austin, my man, you're killing me. But I love it. I love it. You. I love you, dog. Thanks so much for watching the Sneaker Show. I really like these. I like that splash of color. You have just the right amount of black to kind of round things out and to give the sneaker a full look. I really like these guys. I don't know. I'm thinking about copping these. I think this is a great off-court option. I'm seeing a lot of drops in the chat, though. Ali says drop. Ethan says drop. But Sean says Insta-cop. I don't know if it's in Instacop, but I'm seeing a lot of drops in the chat. I would say 70% drop, 30% cop. But guess what? I'm already in the minority already, so I'm going to go ahead and give these a cop. I really like these guys. I don't know what else to say. I'm a 90s kid too, so that definitely plays into the fact that definitely factors into me liking these. You got that nostalgia, but I really like these. It kind of looks like a tennis shoe, right? I like them, guys. When are these releasing? Later this summer for $130. Yeah, $130. Hey, Elvis, thanks so much, man, for subscribing. Welcome to the Sneaker Show. I appreciate you. What was I saying about these? Oh, for $130, that's a solid off-court option, right, guys? I mean, if you want to stick to, you know, the theme of being a basketball lover, you could rock these off the court and people know what you're about. For $130, I think that's a worthy cop. It is for me, at least. But let's move on. I guess it's not for everyone. Let's talk about something a little bit newer. We have the Nike Kyrie Low 3. The Kyrie Low 3? Yeah, that's right. In a tie-dye colorway. Let me know what you guys think about this. Now, we all know the Kyrie line is one of the most popular lines in the Nike basketball collection or library. Milo, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the Sneaker Show, my man. You come to the right place, dog. I appreciate you. I actually like this colorway, and usually I don't like colorways like this. Tie-dye isn't my favorite, but for some reason, I think whatever Nike did here is working. I love the combinations of colors. However, I do think one slight change would make these just a little bit better, and that's that tealish, darkish blue on the strap and the tongue. If this was a hyper blue or like just a more vibrant color, I think that would have worked out a little bit better. But I don't know. Maybe the darkness of this toned things down. And if it was brighter, it would look too much like a kid's shoe. I don't know. But my first impression was I love this shoe. The one thing I would change is maybe this. I would try to figure out how to make that color just a little bit more, I don't know, more vibrant, something like that. But I really like the pattern on the upper. I love that swoosh design. I like that Illuminati-esque, you know, action going on the collar area. I like it. The white midsole is super clean. And see, this shade of blue I like a lot better than this darker one. But, you know, maybe that's why I don't have a job with Nike. Look at that swoosh though on the medial side with the moon, and you got the eye. You gotta love that strap design as well with the all-seeing eye. Is that the all-seeing eye? Something like that. I really like this shoe. I would say if you need a new basketball sneaker that's a low top, I think this is a cop. I really do. I don't think these are bad at all. And I'm seeing a lot of cops in the chat as well. I'm going to go say 75-25% in favor of cop for the Kyrie Low 3 tie-dye, which will be releasing very soon. Like I said, there's no release dates anymore. But for $110, guys, this is a pretty solid pickup. Definitely a solid pickup, guys. So maybe I'll pick up. I haven't tried the Low line, a Kyrie Low sneaker, so I might pick these up and kind of see what they're all about. But I don't know. I really like these guys. But let's move on. Yes. Now, I wasn't sure if we talked about these or not. Noah Bennett, thanks so much for subscribing, my man.
I appreciate you.
We've talked about the Air Zoom BB NXT before, but this is the USA colorway. I think 2 episodes ago, we talked about a bunch of USA colorways, right? Because the Olympics were supposed to be happening, and it made sense that Nike was, you know, all these photos were leaking of, you know, USA-themed colorways. Here, these, I actually think this colorway is pretty nice. I like these. I like that red upper. The swoosh, I've said it before, I like that swoosh design, that partial swoosh design, and I think in white, it works extremely well. You have the navy. I mean, look, it's a basic USA colorway, but I like these because I like that red. I like when the red is the more dominant color on the USA colorways. But you know what would have made these fire, absolute fire, is a metallic gold swoosh right here instead of this white. A metallic gold swoosh would be absolutely flames. It would have been like, wow. That's what they should have done. Now, I get it. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. You got to win the gold medal first. But I'm just saying, Nike or USA basketball is pretty nice. I think we're going to win the gold. Why don't you just make the gold medal colorways? That would be the ultimate stunt, right? We're wearing gold medal colorways in the Olympics because we already know we're going to win gold. But I really like these. Could they be better? Yes, the metallic gold swoosh, obviously. But I also think we've seen some USA colorways with a camo outsole. I think that would have been very nice as well. Instead, you're just getting a, you know, looks like a dark blue translucent outsole, which you can kind of see are these zoom pods right here underneath the balls of your feet. Interesting, guys. That traction looks pretty good as well. Kind of like a ripple or topography, you know, style pattern. Yeah, I'm interested in these. They're a little bit expensive, but I don't know if you guys could see this. There's a little star right here, which is pretty cool. You know what I just thought of? The midsole design, you see this? That React foam midsole design should have been stars and stripes. They should have molded the midsole to look like stars and stripes on this colorway. I get it. That would be expensive for Nike on their end, but it would just make things a whole lot better. But look at the medial swoosh. You have stars. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me try to zoom in for you guys. The medial swoosh has stars there, which is a really cool thing. Let me see if I could zoom in even more. Here we go. Boom. Look at that. That is really, really cool. So, yeah, this is one of the better USA colorways we've seen. I think if you're interested in this silhouette or you want to show some patriotic pride, this is a cop. It's not a bad sneaker at all. But for, I think they're close to $180 or something like that. It is a pretty steep price, but this is, I would say, the best USA colorway that we've seen so far this year. When are these releasing? No release date has been announced, of course. Really good job, Nice Kicks. But anyways, also I was thinking, what are these numbers here? 84, 10, and 8. I tried doing some research on this and I couldn't come up with anything. I know the USA team won in 84. What is 10 and 8? I know we won in 08 and in 84, but 2010, is that the World Championship? I don't know. I really don't know. That was throwing me off there. I don't know. If anyone knows what these are, let me know in the chat. But I'm seeing a lot of cops in the chat, by the way. I would say 80% cop, 20% drop for these. But let's go on to the next sneaker. Now, it's not a basketball sneaker. It's the Nike Air Vapor Max 2020. So the sequel to the Vapor Max. I want to get you guys thoughts on this because I know this is primarily a basketball sneaker channel, but we're not always playing basketball. We wear kicks off the court as well. And the Vapor Maxes were one of the more popular or hyped off-court options. Maybe not in the sneaker community, a little bit, but more so in the general community. You know, people that aren't really into hyped sneakers, they saw the Vapor Maxes and they thought it was hype. Nike did a great job advertising it as well. So let me know what you think about the 2020 version. You could see in these photos, the Vapor Max unit has been toned down quite a bit. It doesn't look like Tide Pods like it did previously. And I don't know. I kind of feel like it takes away from what the Vapor Maxes are. I kind of, part of me wishes that Nike just stuck with what they did and just owned it. Like, yeah, it looks like Nike AirPods, but hey, they're comfortable, right? The Vapor Maxes were a little narrow for me, but the cushioning was comfortable. I mean, it's Nike Air Max. It's comfortable. We all know this. But this colorway, I think, is pretty solid. I like the heel cup. It's a pretty interesting design. But, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. Is this a new lacing system? It looks like a new lacing system here with like, it looks like a fast fit system in a way, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it is. Interesting. Is this a lock or a release tab? It's a lock tab because this is a release tab. So do you tie them here? That might be a pain. And you release them here? This is interesting. This is interesting, guys. I did not realize that. Here's the bottom, which looks pretty crazy. And since they're narrow and then you have this, it kind of feels like you're walking on not an uneven surface, but a narrow surface. And that's just not a feeling that I like. But I think visually it looks cool. But as far as this silhouette, I'm going to have to drop these guys. I'm just not interested in the Vapor Maxes. They're expensive anyways. They don't fit my feet nicely. But I will say, from a design point of view, I do like what Nike is doing here, especially with that lacing system. I think with the Vapor Maxes, it makes sense to have this type of lacing system, you know, the non-traditional lacing system, and going with a fast fit system like this is pretty intriguing for me. So I'm seeing about 60% cop in the chat and 40% drop, maybe even closer to 50-50 actually, now that I'm more chats are coming in. But yeah, for me, this is just not the line for me. It doesn't fit my foot very well at all. These are expected to release on July 23rd, probably for $200+. So if you're interested in the Air Vapor Max 2020, July 23rd is when you should be ready to cop. All right, let's switch gears to Jordan Brand. Here we have an interesting retro that I don't know what you guys are going to think about these. These are the Air Jordan 13 Hyper Royals. Now, we've seen a lot of Jordan retro colorways kind of get remixed into colorways that we haven't seen before, right? Because like I said earlier in the show, black and red, white and red, or black and white, or white and black was pretty much all you got in the 90s, especially with Jordan Brand. Every now and then you would get like an off-brand colorway like the Flints or something like that. But for the most part, it was some combination of red, white, and black. So now Jordan Brand is going back to those silhouettes and they're adding colors that we hadn't seen before, right? So here we have basically a bread colorway, but it's a babed colorway. It's black and... No, wait, that doesn't make sense. It's a blue colorway. I'm so dumb. You don't know what to say. It's a bread colorway, but instead of red, it's blue. Okay, so bread is black and red, right? So black and blue would be blue. It would just be blue. But it's not blue because it's not just blue. It's black and blue. What do we call that? Bloyle. G says Bloyle in the chat. That's a good one. Bluek. Sebastian says Bluek. Easy says Bablue. It's either Bablue or Bloyle. Yeah, I think Bloyle. Bloyle's I'm gonna give Gene credit for Bloyle. Bloyle is definitely good. Josh Jugo in the chat also says Bloyle. So these are the Bloyle Air Jordan 13s. What do you guys think about these? Listen, my stance has not changed on these types of colorways. I think they're clean. If you like this silhouette, you're probably gonna like these more than me. Not the biggest fan of the 13s. I like them, but There's like 5 other. Where did I have the 13s actually on my top 14 Jordans? I think there were 6 or something like that. So I have 5 other Jordans that I'd rather have. But this colorway with the blue, I mean, it's okay, but it's not an OG colorway. And you guys know me, I'm really only into OG Jordans at this point. So for me, this is going to be a drop. And I'm going to drop them because I want someone who wants these to cop them. I'm not going to cop them just because it's an Air Jordan and I need them in my collection. I'm just not, that's not how I roll. Someone's really going to like these, and I want that person to be able to cop these. Some people might hate red and love blue and love Michael Jordan. So, although I don't know, can you hate Michael, or can you love Michael Jordan and hate red? Probably not, right? But anyways, maybe your favorite color is blue. And these are the Jordans for you. But for me, it's a drop. But it is a solid colorway. I love how we worked it out, guys. We came up with the nickname for this colorway, the Air Jordan 13 Retro Bloyles. Yeah, I like that. I definitely like that. Thanks so much, chat. This is for you guys.
I appreciate you.
When are these releasing? Let me see here. I got to open up the link again. December 19th, so you have a while until these release. But for $190, yeah, it should be solid. The Hyper Royal, aka the Bloyle Jordan 13s. All right, what did you guys say in the chat? Actually, I would say we're at about 60% cop, 40% drop on the Bloyles. Bloyle gang. That's right, Emily. All right, next up we have. Yes, the Off-White Air Jordan 4s. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about these, because these are a women's exclusive, apparently, which I think is going to make some men angry because it's Off-White and people are hype beasts and people want to cop these. But real talk, though, like, honestly, oh, look at the hang tag. Look at the box. What the hell? Anyways, let's take a look at these. These are the Off-White Air Jordan 4s. Even if this was a girly colorway, guys would still be upset that an Off-White sneaker is not releasing in men's sizing because it's hyped. Off-White is hyped. But I actually do think that people have a reason to be mad because these are fire. I really like these. These are in Instacon. I do. I like these. I like that creamish color, which you don't see very often. Or shoot, I mean, I guess it's an off-white color, right? It's an off-white colorway. I like these. And the Jordan 4 is such a beautiful looking sneaker, but I really like what Virgil did with these. You have, look at the translucent wings right here. They're like smoky translucent. They match the color palette. It's incredible. I really like it. It has like a frosted glass type of look. Absolutely beautiful. I think the Jordan 4 goes great with the off-white theme. These are absolutely incredible. Look at how he kind of shielded the Jumpman here for a little bit more uniqueness. I really, really, really dig these guys. It's an Instacop. I'm seeing a lot of cops in the chat as well. A couple drops. Jalen doesn't like these in the chat. And then you have a little hint of mint, which you're not going to see, but hey, it's there. It's solid. I like the outsole color. I really like that. Here's some up-close looks at them. Look at the midsole. It kind of has a light wood grain type look to it, which I really dig, guys. You guys know me. I like wood things. And look at that. It's beautiful. These are a beautiful sneaker, and it comes with a couple laces, the mint laces, the white, and the black. I probably would just stick with what they got in there already. Here's the hang tag, and here is the box, which is very unique. That would look great in your collection, just the box itself. But these are the Off-White Air Jordan 4s. It's a cop for me. I seen some people really not liking these. Carlos really doesn't like these in the chat. I don't know, guys. You don't like, what don't you like about these, Carlos? That you don't like the color? You don't like, hey, AJ, thanks so much for subscribing, my man. Welcome to the Sneaker Show.
I appreciate you.
Do you not like the Jordan 4s? Do you not like Off-Whites, period? Or do you just not like this color? I'm interested to see why someone wouldn't like these, because I think it is a clean sneaker. It's a natural tone. It's Off-White. It's got hype. It's unique. And it's the Jordan 4. Everyone loves the Jordan 4. Josiah is asking, if it wasn't Off-White, would I cop? So if it wasn't Off-White, it wouldn't have this air, right? It wouldn't have this hang tag, but everything else would be there, right? It's just the branding and this hang tag makes it Off-White. Thanks so much, Michael Lee, for subscribing.
I appreciate you.
I think I still would because I do like these tones of sneakers with the natural skin tones. I like that. It's something that I wish I had more in my collection. Hey, Hayden, thanks so much for subscribing, my man. Welcome to the Sneaker Show.
I appreciate you.
Let us know what you think about these Jordans in the chat. But that's a really great question, Josiah. If these weren't Off-White, would I cop? Probably not as fast, but I still probably would, if I'm just being honest. Hybrid Stereo has just joined the Jerron mob. Thank you so much, my man. I really appreciate you. And, of course,
I appreciate you.
boom. When are these releasing, actually? Let's take a look here. Okay, July 25th for $200 apparently, but these are gonna sell out. You know, Camera Bay might like these. She might like these. We're gonna have to ask Camera Bay if she likes these. Camera Bay, are you watching this in the other room? Let me know if you like these in the chat, please. But while Camera Bay's getting back to us, let's move on. We got to speed things up. We're already at 46 minutes, guys, and we're about halfway through the show. All right, let's speed things up. These are the Jordan Crater made of recycled materials. So these are basically a space hippie Jordan. And I just quickly wanted to show you guys this. It's essentially a space hippie Jordan. Look at the midsole. It's the same as the very hyped space hippie pack, which, by the way, how much are they going for in the aftermarket? Hey, Sharon Gale, I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you so much for joining the Jerron mob, man.
I appreciate you.
All right, so the space hippie pack, a little bit of hype on it. A little bit of hype, not a ton, but a little bit of hype on them. They are going for more than retail, but not by too much. These, however, are trash. I'm sorry. These are a mega drop.
Bruh.
Sorry. I don't know what else to say. It's a mega drop. Really don't like the upper. Like the midsole, like the outsole, don't like the upper. The upper looks like one of those shoes like the European dudes wear. Like a race shoe, like when you race cars, that's what that looks like to me. Yeah, right there. Or like a bicyclist shoe or something like that. Or a climbing shoe. Something like that. One of those types of sport. That's just not, I'm just not into. But I'm seeing a lot of cops in the chat. Really? Are you serious, guys? These are a cop for you? I don't know.
And his name is Bruh.
I don't know. I don't see it. To me, it's a mega drop.
Bruh.
Like my man Desmond in the chat says. To me, it's a mega drop. I don't know what you guys are seeing in these. But for those interested, release in Korea July 10th with the stateside release expected soon after. So these apparently are going to hit the States, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not digging these at all, guys. I don't know what you're looking at. Let's move on though, because like I said, we got to speed things up. Oh, this is an interesting sneaker. Look at these guys. So these are the Jordan AJ-NT-2 Now look at this sneaker and watch the last photo that I show you, which is gonna blow your mind. Because it blew my mind. I have no idea why Jordan Brand is doing this. This is why the thumbnail is Jordan Brand is losing their minds. This is a new lifestyle sneaker from Jordan Brand. Look, I don't like them. The sneaker itself is a drop. The sneaker itself might even be a mega drop. Okay? I don't like it. I don't like the straps. I don't like the upper. I don't like the materials. The colorway's fine, you know, gold, black, and white. It's clean. The midsole design I actually do like. Reminds me of the Jordan 11s. But that upper is mega drop. And pretty much everyone in the chat is saying mega drop. Emily says cop. Hater says cop. But everyone else says mega drop. I don't like these. I don't know what Jordan Brand was thinking. But wait, guys. We haven't even gotten to the best part. Hey, Jaden, thanks so much for joining the Jerron mob.
I appreciate you.
This is going to blow your mind, guys, what I'm about to show you with the Jordan AJ-NT or whatever these are called. Look at this, guys. Look at the materials. Hold on. Get ready. Get ready. Hold on. Here's straps. Okay, straps good. Here we go. Ready? Last photo. Look at the box. What? Why? Why is the box like that? A metal box for these, bruh? A metal box for these, bruh? Bro.
And his name is bruh.
Bruh. Why? Why? No one wants these. No one's gonna buy these. So why? You're increasing the price of the sneaker. You're increasing the price of a sneaker that no one wants to buy. And then you're wasting materials and time and effort on something that no one is going to buy. Why would you do this, Jordan Brand? Now, look, the metal briefcase thing is iconic. It's in the brand's history, right? They did it for the Jordan 17, which was really cool. It was epic. It was awesome. But the difference is the Jordan 17 was a good sneaker. People like that sneaker. These, what is that? What is that? No one, this is the type of Jordan sneaker that you see guys wear and those guys think they got a dope pair of Jordans, but you as a sneaker enthusiast know that those definitely aren't a dope pair of Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like some dude got a really good paycheck. He worked hard and was like, yo, I'm gonna go buy myself a pair of J's. But he doesn't know anything about J's. So he goes into Chic or Shoe Palace. He sees these and he's like, yo, and he sees the price tag of $180 and he's like, yo, yeah, let me cop these. I got my J's on. But not realizing that these are actually some trash J's that nobody wants in the sneaker community. And that's why they're available right now at Chic and Shoe Palace.
Bruh.
True that. That's facts, cuz. That's exactly the type of people who would be rocking these right here. Now, I just want to say, if you like these in the chat, I'm not teasing you. I'm just saying that this box is unnecessary because there's not enough hype on these. Now, if this box came with the 25th anniversary colorway of the Jordan 11s, that would be dope, right? That's what Jordan Brand needs to do, and they could increase the price on the 11s, which are already expensive, even more, and make themselves even more money. So Jordan Brand, are you out of your mind? Get it together, please. And that's not the end of Jordan Brand's insanity. There's a couple shoes that we're going to get to right now, which just makes me wonder, what are people thinking at Jordan Brand? It's crazy. But for those interested, these are expected to release later this summer. What a weird name, too. The AJNT23. What does that mean? The Jordan, Air Jordan, Nike Talk 23s. That's what I'm going with. Actually, these are the all-new Jordan, Air Jordan Nice Tries. Okay? Nice try, but I'm not falling for it. Here, look at the box, though. Here's another photo of the box. You have foam in the box. Maybe I would cop these so I could use this for like some camera gear or something like that. I'm definitely not using it for sneakers. First of all, sneakers, we don't need a box like this. Bro, that's the thing that blows my mind. Why would we need a box like this? Especially for that type of sneaker. Why? It's not a lunchbox, guys, because it's not insulated. It's not going to keep your stuff cool. Listen, we need to move on because I'm losing my mind. This is just the weirdest. That's just weird. Anyways, let's move on. All right. The Air Jordan 3 Fragment, it caused some ripples in the sneaker community. Let me know what you guys think about the upcoming collaboration. We all know Fragment has hype on it, and the Air Jordan 3 is going to be dropping in a Fragment colorway. We don't have a ton of great photos, but here they are. White, black. I got to be honest with you guys, even with the hype that these are going to have, I think that these are actually not just a drop, but a mega drop. I'll tell you why. This black mudguard is really, really off. There's something off about it. And the white midsole and the white outsole is even more off. These are off. These look like a fake pair of J's. I'm just saying. I like Fragment stuff, but this right here is a fake pair of J's. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest, guys. I'm seeing a couple cops in the chat, but for the most part, I would say about 80% drop. 80%. David says drop, flight drop. Darius says they look nasty. Josiah says they're just okay. Yeah, I'm not digging these at all. But I thought it was worth showing you guys. Let's move on. We gotta speed things up. Okay, how about this? The Air Jordan 1 Light Smoke Gray. I know some people like these, but for me personally, I think it's a clean sneaker, but I'm going to drop it. You guys know me. I'm only interested in OG colorways, but I think that if you like these, it's a worthy cop. I do. I like the gray. I like the white, the black and the red. You guys know I obviously like that already. I think they look great on feet. I think it's solid to add to your collection if you're looking for a new pair of ones, or maybe you have or you lack gray in your sneaker collection. You want to pick up a gray pair of kicks. This is a pretty good option. The leather quality looks pretty solid on these. So do the suede or the nubuck, whatever material that is. Here's one photo with a lace swap, which I'm not feeling. I think the black laces are a little bit better than these white laces. The red laces, not feeling those as well. I'd probably stick with black laces, but I wouldn't buy these for full retail. If they were like $140, I think that would be more of a cop for me. But as they sit right now, I don't need them in my life. I want people who want these to cop them. I don't want these, so why would I cop them? Just based on hype, it makes no sense. But yeah, it's a pretty clean sneaker, guys. When are these releasing? Let's see. Expected to release on July 11th. So maybe they're already available. Let's check Nike.com real quick, guys. Oops. Let's see if Jordan or Nike.com has these. Okay, I'm not seeing it. Did these sell out? Oh, they sold out already, Todd. Good looks. Yeah, I don't know. I know some people were thinking that these were going to sell out, but I just don't see why they would sell out. It's not a great colorway. Interesting. I'm very surprised that these sold out already. How much are they going on StockX? Let's see here. Oh, interesting. $264. How about my size? 271, 275. Interesting. I think that's pretty steep for these. I think these are pretty steep for these, Todd. I don't know why these are going for that much. It's a good sneaker, but it's not that good. Maybe I'm tripping, but for me, I'm just not feeling these. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is where we get back to Jordan Brand losing their absolute minds. The Jordan Westbrook One Take. Now, we've seen the Quiet 54 collection from Jordan Brand, right, in previous episodes, and they were awful, right? These aren't as bad as those, but I still want to cop these. It's still a drop for me. But out of all the Quiet 54 sneakers, these are probably the best ones. That pattern fits this silhouette a little bit better. I like the off-white-ish tones with these colors and the black to kind of round things out. Yes, G, you're absolutely right. They are better than the sixes. They are. I don't know why this orange is here, but whatever. These are better than the sixes. However, don't get your hopes up, because the next sneaker I'm about to show you, woo-wee, I think you know where I'm going with this, but this one isn't too bad. I think the Westbrook One Take matches with this pattern. So I'm seeing more drops in cop, but I'm seeing a lot more cops than the other Quiet 54 sneakers that we've seen in the past. So while this is an improvement, these are definitely not an improvement. Look at this. Air Jordan 1 Quiet 54s, yo. Nah. Definitely not. Jordan Brand, guess what? Game over. This color palette is just not working, yo. It's not. The brown, the gray, or the brown, the yellow with the white, it's not working. Whoever designed these, it did not work. Learn from the mistake. I'm not mad that you make the mistake. Just learn from it, please. If you come back next year with the colorway that looks like this, similar, you done messed up, okay? But right now, this sneaker is just not good. It's just not good. It doesn't fit the low top at all. The pattern is weird. It's just not cool. I would not rock these. I definitely would. And they're pretty much the 6s, but the 1s. You guys already know.
Bruh.
It's a mega drop. It's a mega drop. Marvy says, I ain't wasting money for that. Absolutely. Definitely not wasting money on that. This is not a good sneaker. Darius says, the pattern is booty cheeks. I agree, Darius. That pattern is booty cheeks. Is it the pattern or is it the color of the pattern, Darius? Let's be honest with ourselves. The pattern is probably some traditional pattern, so you can't say it's booty cheeks because that would be insensitive. But the color palette is booty cheeks. I just want to rock it. It's just simple. I want to rock it. How much is it, though? Milo is asking. It doesn't say. It says expected to release on July 18th, but I believe the Jordan 1 Low goes for around $130. So I'd expect these to be around that price, no more than $150, Milo. So if you're interested, there you go. July 18th for around that price. Okay, let's move on to the next one. All right, the Air Jordan 5. One of my favorite Jordans, right? Rumors have a Hyper Royal colorway coming out soon. Now, I don't think this is an actual photo. I think it's a rendering of what it's going to look like. So let me know what you guys think. It could look slightly different, but for the most part, apparently it's going to look like this. You have the white upper. You have those Hyper Royal or blue, inner lining, the inner tongue, a little bit of piece of the outsole, as well as a slightly tinted blue translucent outsole. I actually like these. I do. I like these. I think these are a cop. I do. I like the black Jordan 5s more than the white ones, but these ones, for whatever reason, I like it. It kind of reminds me of the motorsport colorways from the Jordan line. I really like these. It reminds me of like something Carmelo would have wore when he was on the Nuggets. I really enjoyed this colorway for whatever reason. It's clean. It's got an icy cold look, which I'm really liking. Gina's 50-50 on these in the chat. I think for the most part, people are 50-50. Or, I'd say more people are copying. 70-30 cop. And Josiah's calling me out, saying, I thought you were just an OG guy. Yes, I am. But every now and then, sometimes these colorways resonate with me. And sometimes I lie to myself and say, this is a Carmelo Anthony PE to make myself feel better. For whatever reason, I like these. There's not enough great colorways of the 5s, period. So whenever I see a good colorway of the 5s, I'm pretty much in on it. And these are just the right amount of good. They're not crazy like we've seen with the Fresh Prince colorways, with the alternate grape colorways. Those are too crazy for me. But these, I actually like the way these look because it looks pretty clean. Now, I don't think these are going to be releasing soon. I think these are going to drop spring next year. So we have a while for these. But yeah, I like them. It's a cop for me. All right, next up, let's see here. Let's move on to Adidas. Let's just do it. Now this isn't a hype sneaker, but it's the Adidas Dame 6. Now, as you guys know, I did not give the Dame 6 a good performance review. I actually gave it a pretty bad performance review. And the reason why I did that was because the traction was awful for me. Some people said they had good traction, but that tells me there's an consistency problem with the Dame 6's outsole or rubber compound, whatever. But the fit was really bad and the materials were really cheap. So all that made for a pretty disappointing sneaker, especially since we know how good the Dame line can be. But I think this sneaker is an interesting case right here, particularly this colorway, because this is a clean colorway. I really like this. The black, the rose gold, or maybe those are just gold, hits. And you have this nice kind of like, not very vibrant orange, but reddish orange outsole with the camo. That's pretty cool. The colorway is a cop. But I've always said that the Dame 6 is a good looking sneaker. It's the performance that makes the Dame 6 a drop. It does. So that's just one of those cases that the way the sneaker looks, it doesn't matter if the shoe doesn't perform very well. So it's unfortunate. I think Adidas killed it with the design, especially the colorways that have a two-tone design. But for the most part, the Dame 6, you're going to want to avoid these because the fit's off, the traction's off, and the quality is for surely off. The Light Strike foam was solid. Yeah, but everything else kind of just fell apart. So I think these are available now, by the way, for $110, which isn't a terrible price, but still not worth the price of admission. All right, let's move on to some Yeezys. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. These are the Yeezy Boost 380 Highlight. Now, let's not waste time here, and let's just drop this here.
Bruh.
Mega drop. What is Yeezy doing with his line? We've seen some pretty booty cheek colorways of the Yeezys recently, and I want to know what's going on with that, huh? Because there's been some great colorways of Yeezys, right? The Wave Runners, iconic. The Breads, iconic. The earthy colorways, you know, with the tans, you know, the light earthy colorways, the tonal colorways, fire, right? Fire. What is this, though? Highlight? Highlighters, I don't even like highlights. The highlighter colorway, I always get like the blue because I think the yellow is gross. I don't want that on my notes. I don't want that on my paper. It's gross. This literally looks like my dog threw up on these. When my dog throws up and you get that green stomach fluid, you know, coming out, that's what that looks like. Throw up. That's what this looks like. Real talk. And then whatever color outsole this is just doesn't match with the rest of the sneaker. These are awful. Is there one cop in the chat? Let me look. Emily and Warren, you're gonna cop these? Are you serious? Or is that a troll cop? You're trolling, bro. You're trolling. Bart says it looks like a nuke barrel. Yeah, it looks like Dip from Roger Rabbit. That's what that looks like. Where the dude dips the cartoons in, that toxic waste. That's what this looks like. Yeah. No way. No way anyone's copping these, bruh. If you seen these on the street, can't take them seriously. Can't take them seriously. I'm sorry. The highlight glow is just... No, I don't even think Yeezy would rock these. Apparently, they're going to release in the fall of 2020. But my goodness, Yeezy, you're losing your mind, dog. You need to get a handle on these colorways, son. Because this, it ain't it. Let's move on to the next Yeezy colorway. We got the Yeezy Boost 700 MNVN Bone. These are a little bit better. But I don't like this silhouette. So for me, these are a drop. I don't like this silhouette, but I like this colorway. I do. The bone colorway, you guys know me. I'm kind of into those lighter tones, right? And I like how the black kind of, you know, contrasts with that, you know, bone colorway. But why is this metallic silver? It just doesn't really match. Not really. And the materials on these, I just don't really like the materials as well. So I'm not a huge fan of these, but they are better, right? The turnip, they are better than the highlights, but that's not saying much. Because shoot, my dog could throw up on a pair of all-white Air Force Ones and it would be better than whatever those Yeezys were. Real talk. But these are a little bit better. I think we got some more photos. Oh, no, it's just the same photo cropped 3 times. Come on, Kicks on Fire. What kind of bullshit was that? Retailing for $220. Okay, well, it doesn't say when it's going to be releasing, but whatever. All right, next Yeezy colorway. Oh my goodness gracious. What is this? Azure colorway. These are bad. I don't know what else to say, guys. These are pretty bad. I do think, though, the blue is what is throwing it off. Maybe if this blue was more like a orange or like a pink, it would be better. Maybe even a white or like a beige. But this blue is throwing me out because I don't mind the dirt color. I don't. Because like I said earlier, I like those earthy colorways. I like the lighter earthy colorways rather than the darker ones. But I like these. It has kind of like a red dirt kind of flavor to it. But then the blue throws it off. The blue throws it off. Slay Blaze says chocolate brownie. You don't like brownies, son? You don't like brownies, huh? Most of you guys are dropping these. And I think you guys are right. I'm going to drop these. But I will say they could be salvaged. I do really think they could be salvaged if the blue was a different color. I really do. And the concept, look at the concept. You have the lighter shades on the laces and the midsole, but the execution is just all the same color. They kept the light laces, but the midsole isn't light at all. But yeah, these are bad. And that's why I had the thumbnail the way it is. It's like, what is Yeezy thinking here? Like, Yeezy brand, they're taking chances, which I appreciate, but their batting average is pretty low right now because we've seen some pretty bad Yeezy colorways on the sneaker show, and we saw 2 tonight, and they're probably 2 of the worst ones so far. So I miss the good Yeezy colorways. That's all I'm going to say. I really miss the good Yeezy colorways like these, which, look at these. The Bread 350 V2s are going to get a restock this holiday season. So look at this colorway. It's simple. It's not entirely unique, but it lets the silhouette stand out for itself. And I like this colorway. These are a cop. These are actually an Insta-cop. Because you struck out on them before and you need to get them again. December 2020, be on the lookout. These are a cop. Black and red. I like these. But these ain't it. These ain't it. But these are. So be on the lookout. I just wanted to let you guys know. You guys don't like these? You guys don't like the Pirate Yeezys? Really? Grant says that they're good. Ali says drop on both of them. I'll see you later, Emily. Thanks so much for joining the show. Yeah, David says it's a cop the bread ones. I thought so. I thought the chat was tripping there for a second. Yeah. Ali says Yeezy ain't it. I don't know, man. I like his sneakers. I like his music too. He's a crazy guy, but I like the stuff he makes. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Carlos says those are good. Definitely. We need more colorways like this, Yeezy. Less like this, more like this. Less, more. Less, more. We all know this. It ain't that hard. All right, last but not least, we have a curveball, guys. We have, look at these, guys. Now, I don't know if this site is legit. I'm not verifying this site. I do not know if this site is legit. But I know that this colorway is legit. I just don't know if this site is legit. So I'm warning you, do not buy from this site because I don't know. I really don't. But I have seen this colorway make the rounds on social media, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on this because you guys know me. I love this type of artwork, right, guys? Look at my mouse pad. Boom. The Great Wave of Kanagawa is one of my favorite pieces of art of all time. I love Japanese art already, and these are absolutely fire. I never asked brands to send me sneakers, but I'm thinking about emailing Mike Plug at Anta and being like, yo, can you please send these over? Pretty please, because these are absolute fire. Could they have been better? I do. I think instead of white, they could have maybe done like this, like a canvas color, like how the artwork is. You see like the beige, the light bone color. They could have done that instead of the white, but the way the white is good. Maybe they could have added like the Anta logo as yellow for the Warriors, and Clay could have wore these when he plays on the Warriors. That would have been really cool, but it could be better. But as they said right now, they're still pretty fire, and it's pretty much a cop. It's pretty much a cop. The reason why I don't say Instacop is because I don't know where to buy them. It's going to be a little bit of a hassle, and they could have been a little bit better. And also, the KT5 isn't the greatest encore performer. They're okay, but I did have some problems. The shroud wasn't removable. That's a big no-no to me. But this colorway is pretty much fire. Bart says he's going to mega cop these, so I'm going to give Bart... Oh, no, that was a mega drop. An Instacop on these. Sharon says that as well in the chat. Yeah, these are absolutely fire. I love this style of art, and but I can't verify this site. I tried looking at some other sites, but I couldn't find. Look at the back of these guys. Oh my goodness gracious, that is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, yes, I love these. I love these. I'm gonna try to find a way to get these guys. Honestly, I'm gonna try to find a way, but. That pretty much takes care of the sneaker show. We don't have steals or deals. I couldn't find a ton, and I don't want to do it every episode. I'll try to do it every episode, but we're going to skip steals and deals for this week's episode, especially because we went long. I want to thank everyone in the chat. Thanks to Hiragana Guy for the super chat. Thanks to Josiah for moderating, and thanks to Gene. Keanu is late. Oh, no. Keanu, you can watch it on the replay, though. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Remember, we do the sneaker show every single Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific. So if you want to cop and drop some sneakers, make sure you tune in. If not, just catch it on the replay. No big deal. But we would love to have you live. If you want breaking news. Like I put the links to the live streams early in the Discord, which you can join with the link in the description box below. The Jerron Mob Discord. It's been a lot of fun. We share sneakers. We share the kicks that we wear per day. We share links, all of that stuff, memes. It's a great time. So join the Jerron Mob with the link in the description box below, the Discord link. And I'll catch everyone next week on the Sneaker Show, 7 p.m. Pacific. Be there. Don't be square. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.